Where is the weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep? I fell asleep one time waiting before a medical procedure. They had to wake me up so that I could sign paperwork permitting them to put me to sleep. Oh, the irony. Oh, I've done that too. Went into the university emergency room equivalent because I was so sick. I thought it was mono. Nurse did her thing. I fell asleep on the examination table after she left. I fell asleep in the exam room and had a nice little nap. Turns out they forgot I was in there. I was in grad school and needed the sleep. TBH. They knew you were in there, they were just letting you have a sleep. On a hedge at the end of my road. Dad wasn't too pleased at driving past his pissed-up son sleeping in a hedge on his way to work. On a hedge or in a hedge? Quite a difference. One is much funnier. Over the hedge. Bruce Willis, Steve Carell, William Shatner, Wanda Sykes, Avril Lavigne. A custom soundtrack beautifully written by Ben Folds. A compelling story about family, friendship, and the unknown. A well-animated movie taking a hard look at consumerism. You bet your bottom dollar. In the back of an ambulance. I'm the paramedic. Your ailment bores me. The original sleep doctor. I've done this before. Hour-and-a-half long BS transfer. Checked her vitals. Put her on the monitor. Made sure she was comfortable. And passed out in the seat behind her. She slept too, haha. For anyone wondering, it wasn't an emergency. Not all times someone is in our ambulance is it an emergency. In fact, it's usually not an emergency. On a tractor while plowing a field. I was doing night shifts during the summer and decided to get some extra hours in during the day. So I was tired when doing my actual shift. I switched on the tractor's GPS and set it to give me a signal 50 meters before the field ended to wake me up to turn around. The fields were about 1,200 meters long, so I'd get about 10 minutes of sleep before having to turn around again. Think how surreal it would be for someone standing on the edge of the field to watch a tractor plowing the ground with a sleeping tractorist inside. I enjoy the word tractorist. Maybe it's as sleep as just operating a tractor underneath the car while doing an oil change. This actually sounds kind of nice. Until someone gets him and starts the thing. To be fair, it won't be on long. In a crawl space when I was a technician for a laboratory. On the bus, standing up in my defense, it was a traffic jam and I hadn't slept the previous night. Hey, I applaud you for this one. Last time I stood on the bus, I fell over so many times. I used to have this problem, then I stopped sleeping standing up. Now I sleep standing while lying down. Techno party with my head on top of a big-ass speaker. Same here but under a speaker. Woke up at like 11 a.m. when the floor was closed. Went to the other floor and continued dancing until the club closed in the afternoon. Hahaha, same here. During a job interview, he actually had to shake me awake. Weirder yet, I still got the job. You were hired for that power move. Look them in the eyes while sleeping, and assert dominance. Our unexpected Gandalf. When I was a kid, like 5 or 6, there was a tree in the front yard I really liked climbing. There was a branch perfectly shaped for little me to lie down on. Early one morning, I woke up and decided to take my sleeping bag up the tree and went back to sleep. Okay, that sounds lovely. Homemade tree hammock. Thud. Well, that just means you get even more sleep. Win-win. Wiz Khalifa concert. Everyone was so high. I fell asleep for a few minutes standing up and the crowd was so thick I didn't even fall over. I slept through Metallica. I woke up for their last song or two. I was so bummed. Edit. For those asking how, when I get too drunk I don't puke. It just becomes sleepy time. Not sure if I should be mad at you for wasting a Metallica ticket or sympathetic to you because you missed a Metallica concert. I'm impressed they slept through Metallica. This post is a narcoleptic's wet dream. Ivy slept on the steps of the Opera House in Sydney. In the bathroom of my local pub. 3 hours 3 beers. Under the car. Whilst milking cows on numerous occasions. Kmart changing room. Traveling 35 miles per hour on a quad bike. Those are a few. At the moment my weird place is on the floor in our hallway. That's actually pretty frightening. I'm genuinely curious. But how did the falling asleep on the quad bike go? I'm assuming you're okay, but that just sounds so scary. A lot of times with narcolepsy, extreme excitement hits the La La Land switch. Bathroom floors. Standing up. In the middle of eating. I have narcolepsy, so I can sleep pretty much anywhere. Not always by choice. I am currently trying to not fall asleep in a hospital cafeteria and thought you meant all of those at once. What were you doing eating in a bathroom? Quote, I think I am gonna take a nap on this table, since I obviously need it. Even worse, I imagined all three at once and didn't even question it. I think I need a nap as well. It's pretty much the worst superpower ever. The ability to fall asleep at any point in time, no matter what you are doing, and the inability to stop it from happening. I only ask because as I type this, I can hear my roommate snoring from his seat on the toilet. One step away from going full Elvis Presley. I silently dubbed him the King when I first heard him snoring. How old is he? Maybe you'll get to meet Forrest Gump while doing a school presentation, literally. Okay, but what was the topic? Narcolepsy. Extra credit for scientific demonstration. In the office of a funeral director I was making a sales call to. Years later it dawned on me that he probably thought I would just leave if he made me wait forever. He probably would have boxed you up and put you away if you slept long enough. Thank goodness you made it out alive. On the deck of a trawler, with a mix of seawater, fish guts, and crude oil lapping against my makeshift bed. Coffin. I see you there, Anna B. Darkness Dementia Raven Way. Unless I'm mistaken and this is an urban myth, didn't they used to have bells attached to coffins before modern medicine because so many people were buried while they were still alive? Many people are probably still buried alive, just not in countries that embalm or autopsy. Either process would finish them off or at least wake them up, if they snap out of it just before the process. I recall reading at least 2 news stories where someone has woken up just before their embalming. In the U.S. At the dentist in the middle of drilling without any anesthesia. Woke up to dentist trying to tell me to open my mouth more. Edit. For those wondering why no anesthesia, I have very high pain tolerance and I dislike how local anesthesia feels. That's not what you want to be hearing when waking up. Speak for yourself. Can't speak, mouth is open. I volunteered at the local firehouse when I was a teen, early 20s. We got a call one night on the interstate which was a 20-minute drive. Sick me decided to close my eyes thinking I would wake up when the sirens stopped. I woke up when the truck pulled back in the station and turned off with everyone laughing at me. At the cinema, it was that Maze Runner movie. My GF was all over it. I didn't like it personally. Happened to me during Inception. That was not the best film to be drifting in and out of sleep while watching. Do you remember how you got here? You might still be dreaming. My guy did the same thing when we saw Split. On purpose. He woke up 20 minutes later asking questions. while tying my shoes. My client's house in his room while standing up with a roll of TP in my hands. I woke up really confused. To clarify, I'm a personal assistant, and the series of events leading up to that moment was I'd spent about 2 weeks working at a hospital as an assistant and also personal assistant at an older man's home. My schedule was back-to-back and I only slept about an hour to 2 hours at my house, so I was exhausted and ended up falling asleep standing up waiting for my client to tell me how he was feeling. Had to wait for him to get a feel for the equipment. The toilet paper is a mystery, though I honestly don't remember when I picked it up or why.
Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.